Okay, welcome to section 1.1, part 1. And here what we're going to do is we're going to graph real numbers on a number line. And we can see our problem here. We've been given a set of numbers, 2, -3, 2/3, -2, and the square root of 6. Alright, so first thing what we're going to want to do is we're going to plot them on a number line in their appropriate place. So if you're unsure of a specific number, such as maybe 2/3, if it makes it easier for you, you can change that into a decimal. And we know that 2/3 is really 0.6 repeating, or 0.67. And the square root of 6, well, we know the square root of 6 is going to be irrational. It's not perfect. So we know square root of 4 is perfect, and the square root of 9 is perfect. So it's going to be somewhere between 2 and 3, and the square root of 6 is somewhere around 2.4. Alright, that's a rounded number. And that's just going to give us a nice estimate as to where we're going to plot them on a number line. Alright, so step 1 is to just plot on a number line. So I'm going to draw a number line here, and I'll put 0 in the center in this case. 0 does not always need to be in the center, though. Just want to make sure your number line is large enough to include all the numbers that are given in the problem. So in this case, I'm going to go from -4 to +4, and I will start plotting. So we can see 2 is right here, -3, I'll plot here. 2/3 we said is 0.6, so that's between 0 and 1, slightly over halfway. Whenever you plot a point not on one of the tick marks that represent a number, I would like you to label that number. So I'll say 0.6 repeating, or actually what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to put down the number that is given in the problem. So we'll say 2/3. Then -2. And lastly, the square root of 6, which is roughly 2.4. So that's going to be between 2 and 3. So that's my square root of 6. So I've plotted or graphed my real numbers on the number line. And the last thing which you're going to have to do is simply just rewrite those numbers in order from least to greatest. So step 2, we're just going to order from least to greatest. And all you have to do is look left to right as all of your dots. So the first dot, the furthest one on the left, is -3. Next one is -2. Then 2/3. Then +2. And lastly, square root of 6. So we've successfully plotted our numbers on a number line, and we've ordered them from least to greatest.